Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back here at Ciocca Subaru here in Ewing, New Jersey to take a look at a brand new 2025 Subaru Forester. This is the premium trim in magnetite gray. We got a cloth interior, but the 2025 model year is the redesign refresh year for the Forester. So we got some exterior changes, interior changes. So let's check it out and you can let me know if this is going to be the SUV you would buy. So let's dig in. The front end of the 25 Forester. Now you can see where the front end refreshes come in with the updated headlight housings, updated grille action, LED lighting all the way across the front, including fog lamps. The only difference, standard bulbs for turn signals on this premium trim Forester. Subaru badge in the middle, color matched on the grille with the body, which I do like. Nice subtle change, but I do like that, and a more rounded shape up front. Now as we come down to our wheel and tire setup, what we're looking at here is a 17-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, Subaru badge on the center cap. Now these wheels are wrapped in Yokohama Geolander G91 all-season tires, 225 on the width, a 60 series sidewall 17s, all four corners, symmetrical, all-wheel drive standard. Moving on out, shape still looks very much the same. It looks like the Forester, very much of an evolution of design with some subtle changes. Let me know what you guys think as we move in closer. We're going to go color matched on our side view mirror. Premium trim is not going to get turn signals on the mirrors. And then we're going to go color matched on the front and rear door handle, the fuel filler on the right side of the vehicle, symmetrical all-wheel drive badge here on the back, which I like. And then up top, we're going to go with the roof spoiler, flat black on the roof rails and shark fin antenna. And then we're going to have a sunroof. Rear end of the Forester, again, not as flat as the previous generation, still that boxy look though, but we got the roof spoiler coming off the top, we got the wiper down below on the glass, and now we have LED tail lights, standard bulbs for turn signals out back, Subaru badge in the middle, Forester stamped into the tailgate area, Subaru in black on the left. Looks good, flat black down below where the exhaust is, and the exhaust on this premium trim comes out the right side of the vehicle. We're under the hood of this 25 Forester premium trim, and what do we have for a power plant? We have Subaru's 2.5 liter naturally aspirated flat 4 engine made into a Lineartronic CVT transmission, 180 horsepower, 178 pound-feet of torque, MPGs 26 in the city, 33 on the highway, 29 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, well, we got a 25 redesign. We must have an increase in price, and yes, we do. Base price for the 25 Forester Premium trim is $31,995. Now, this vehicle has a couple options, which we'll go over when we check out the window sticker, but once we add those in, and a destination and delivery charge of $1,395 from Subaru's Ota Gunma Japan assembly plant, we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $34,154. So let's check out the interior. Driver's door panel. Up top, we're going to go soft touch across the top. Then we're going to have a fabric insert, looks like more like a light gray insert with some stitching, flat black on your door handle. The armrest has soft touch in it, but the top of it is hard. It's kind of a weird feeling, but we do have flat black on our switchgear, decent sized door pocket, standard audio system in the premium trim. Footbox wise, we're looking at a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. We do have the all-season Forester mats in the vehicle at this time. Seats, now we're going to go full power for the driver, manual assist for the front passenger, and then we're going to have this light gray fabric with blue cross stitch. Looks pretty good. We have that blue speckled out throughout the insert on the seat as well. Nice soft headrest, but again, the fabric is a little bit sandpapery to the touch. Passenger door panel, same as the driver, no change at all. Up top on the dash, we're going to go soft touch, more of this light gray trim. And the camera is coming across as kind of a beige color. So sometimes it looks beige in my lens, sometimes it looks light gray, but it doesn't give me a specific color on the window sticker. I like the hexagon designs in here. I think that looks kind of cool. And then we have the heat and air vent, and then we have some silver trim right here, or light gray trim that looks good. And then we have a nice large glove box. All right, infotainment system. Here's a big change on the interior. Instead of the dual panel setup, we now have Forester moving in with the rest of the model lineup with this fully integrated, vertically mounted 11.6-inch Subaru Starlink system. We have wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, no nav, so the nav will come through your phone, four-way hazards, volume, and tuning knobs. So they got you all set there. And we do have our home button down below. As far as our heat and air, we do have dual climate, which you can adjust right from within here in the screen, sync them together, decide where you want the air to come out. So it works just like the ones in the systems in the other model. We have our driver profiles, Bluetooth your phone, engine auto stop, start auto vehicle, hold vehicle settings, and then you have your apps up here. And we do have a touch screen, so you can swipe it nice and quickly and easily, no problem. You got your radio right here where you get your Sirius XM action or your other HD radio stations. So that looks good. And then you can obviously media. Here are the general settings where you can go into the vehicle and hook up your Wi-Fi hotspot, put on a valet mode, meter, screen, camera, that kind of thing. Looks good. You got your sound settings where you can adjust your speakers. You got your phone settings where you can go ahead and manage your phones and select your phone. There's your Android Auto down there. So nice and easy, no problem at all. And then we'll put it into reverse. And we got the backup camera on the top, but it's nice and clear with trajectory. As you can see, we got our X modes. We'll turn those on now. So we got X mode action in this premium trim Forester. So that's a nice deal as well. But it is a really nice and easy system to use. And if you want to go into your vehicle settings, that's where you can manage your dynamic control, which is your traction control. Turn on and off your X modes. Auto vehicle hold on or off. Your SRH, your steering responsive headlights, where the headlights are going to follow you as you turn. And that's a nice setup for safety. Engine auto start on off. You got your driver assistance controls and additional settings. So again, it is well thought out and easy to use. Now, as we move down further, we have our engine auto stop, or excuse me, our push button start right here, trip reset right there, and then underneath, we do have a wireless charging pad along with an aux jack, USB-C and USB-A. We do have heated seats, 3-stage heated seats for the driver and the front passenger, but that is in here. The switches are no longer on the center console. And then here's our gear shift with the leather gaiter, but it looks really nice. And I do like the fact that they have this beige gray material here in flat black instead of gloss black. A little gloss black here, but you're really not going to touch that. We do have our electronic emergency brake, 2 cup holders, a 12 volt, and then our Subaru key fob. Looks like the same as last year's, right? So we got lock, the Subaru emblem is unlock, pop the tailgate, and your panic button. Nice weight, no problem. And then our center armrest, fairly firm, and then we open it up and we have a nice big area for storage. Steering wheel, we have a leather wrap wheel with cross stitch, looks good, Subaru badge on the horn button, round bottom wheel, but this is a very open and airy passenger cockpit, no problem getting in and out. We have flat black on our switch gear. On the left here, you're going to have the controls for the digital portion of your dash, source, volume, telephone and voice commands. And then on the right side here is where you're going to have your adaptive cruise safety suite controls and your S and I drive. No paddles. On the left stalk, you're going to have the controls for your headlights and fog lamps. And then on the right, front and rear wiper. Down below on the left, just one button to brighten and dim the dash here on this premium trim. And then we do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. Now, Subaru hasn't gone with a digital dash. So here with this redesign and tech update, we still have the same dash. We have an analog digital combo, analog gauges for your speedometer, tachometer, fuel level, and coolant temperature. And then you can go through additional information in the center like you could on the outgoing generation. So there really is no change in how that operates in this vehicle. Overhead console, there's a spot for your shades. You want your dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door. This button all the way to the left on door. When you open the door, LED dome lights come on, close the door, The dome lights will go off. SOS button in case there's an emergency on the road. There's the controls for your oversized sunroof. So you can put the shade back yourself, and then, boom, switch, wind buffer comes up, and the sunroof goes back. And as you can see, we do have an oversized roof. Goes back maybe just in front of your rear seat passengers, and then one touch closed. No problem. But since this is a larger roof than a standard one, if you want to reach back, you got to reach back quite a ways to get that shade with your hand to close it up. Now, sun visor with vanity and an LED light. Does it slide? No, but you do have an extension. Getting in the back seat of our 25 Forester, I have the seat set for my driving position, and it's just easy to get in. It's very tall, boxy, plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees at 5'11". We're going to go with the fabric and then some of that soft touch material down to 2 seat pockets behind the driver and front passenger. And this one is a little phone pocket, which I always like. And you have the same on the passenger side, which is a nice touch. Then we have 2 heat and air vents, USB-C, USB-A action. These dead switches here, that's for the heated seats if you got one of the higher level trims. And then rear door panel, same action as the driver. The only difference is up top, we have hard black plastic instead of soft touch. And then rear seats, same gray, blue stitching as the front. Looks nice. They're nice and comfortable. 4 cloth seats. And then we do have an armrest with super soft with 2 cup holders. And thank you, Subaru, for the armrest here in this premium trim vehicle. Not all premium trim Subarus in the past, from my recollection, have had armrests, so that's a nice touch there. Getting in the cargo area of this Forester, it's a manual tailgate. So you come to the back, right underneath the Subaru emblem, there's a button, you push it and lift up. Nice and light, but with this nice boxy shape and the rear seats up, we're looking at 29.6 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Forester. We do have our carpeted floor mats back here that say Forester. We do have the all-season cargo mat in here, which is nice. We can open up the bottom, and we do have a front license plate bracket. And then if we open up this, we have a spare with a jack underneath that. So they got you covered there. Thank you, Subaru, for the spare. We do have some cubbies. We do have some tie downs, and we do have a 12 volt for power back here. So I do like that. We have the removable tonneau cover right here. If you don't want it, you can take it out. And then to get the rear seats down, you can either reach through, if your arms are long enough, and just pull the button up and throw them down, or you can, if they're not long enough, you can go around each door. Now, with those rear seats down and that tonneau cover out in this big boxy shape, we're looking at 74.4 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this new 25 Forester. Window sticker here on this 25 Forester. Let's dig right in. There we go, 25 Forester Premium. Consumer Reports recommended vehicle. Hasn't been crash tested yet. Here are our fuel economy estimates, standard equipment. We have 8.7 inches of ground clearance, 4-wheel independent raised suspension. Some nice stuff in here for this premium trim, the LED action. Now, this does not have 8 manual shift modes. That was my mistake from earlier in the review, so I'm going to correct that now. It has a standard Lineartronic CVT with low mode. And here's our option package. LED upgrade, that means the interior lights have been upgraded to LED. And down below, here is our MSRP. Let me know what you think about that action. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, we are rolling down the road in this brand new 25 Forester Premium action. And just like the other Foresters, we got a huge amount of windshield space. No problem with my eyesight out of any of the glass. Very few blind spots. Huge side view mirrors. We have blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, all that Subaru Starlink stuff right up in here. Rear view mirror looking good. Framed rear view mirror with HomeLink and a compass. So they got you all set there as well. Steering, it handles pretty well for a people hauler. The steering is going to be a little bit on the light side, a little bit on the vague side, but overall, it's pretty darn good. braking wise, no problem at all. Stops in a straight line. And now we take off. And we got enough power to get this vehicle up and moving. Now, I know a lot of people, when they saw this car at the auto shows, we were there at the end of January, we saw this car, and there's less horsepower in the 25 Forester out of the same engine than there was in 2024, but it's by 2. And frankly, I don't think you're going to feel 2. Turning radius is 17.7 feet, nice and tight, so here we go. The all-wheel drive just grips it right around and off we go. No problem at all. So, yeah, I don't think you're going to feel 2 less horsepower. Now, Subaru has claimed that they've done some chassis tuning, some transmission tuning to get more RPMs, more torque coming in lower to get the car moving, so you won't really even notice this down on 2 on the horsepower deal. Frankly, I don't notice it. It feels a little bit better on the ride quality than the outgoing Forester. It feels a little bit smoother. The steering feels a little bit sharper. It just looks like they took the Forester, which was already a good platform and selling well, and just sharpened it up all the way around with the suspension, with the chassis, with the transmission, with the engine. They just dialed it in and made it just that much better, that much crisper to drive. The ride is nice and soft in this vehicle. Right now we are not in S-Drive, we're in iDrive, and it feels good going down the road. I don't feel like I'm wanting for power at all. And frankly, this premium trim I think isn't half bad, because it's bringing the new Starlink system with the wireless CarPlay Android Auto. Like that. We got heated seats. Like that. We got dual climate. Like that. We got USB-A, USB-C connectivity and a wireless charging pad. Like that. We got SI drive. Like that. We got 12 volt. Like that. We got connectivity for our rear seat passengers, and we got plenty of room for storage and for people. So, and we can fit 5 in here pretty darn comfortably, I think. And you got this oversized sunroof in the premium trim. That is not in an option package. When we looked at the window sticker, this was not in an option package. So it looks like when you go premium, you get this oversized roof, which is a nice thing to include, considering you also get the symmetrical all-wheel drive standard on all Forester trims. So I think they've done a nice job dialing this in. Now, if you don't like the looks of the Forester, well, you're not going to like the looks of this one. I mean, it's still boxy, it's still cube-like. They've rounded off the front end, made it look a little bit more modern. They did the same in the back, gave it a slightly different vibe, but it's still looks like a Subaru Forester, and I think that's a smart move. I'm not a big fan of when automakers completely revolutionary a design of a vehicle from year to year. I much rather see an evolution, so I can look back and see the heritage and see how the car evolved over the years from generation to generation, without all of a sudden seeing something wild and crazy out of the blue one year. A perfect example is the new Hyundai Santa Fe, completely revolutionary design from the previous generation, and some people love it, some people hate it. And if you like the Forester, I think you're going to like this vehicle. And for the price at $34,500, let's say, I think you're getting some good value in this 25 Forester. I really do. All right, we're going to put it in the S and see if we get any kind of different response. Now we're in S. Here we go. It gets up to speed okay. Honestly, it doesn't feel that much different than I in this vehicle. That's okay. I don't think anybody's going to hoon this around on the weekend. But just so you know, for 2025, we're going to have pretty much the same trim as we saw before, but here they are. We're going to have base, premium, which is this one, and then we're going to have sport, limited, and touring. And once you get to limited and touring, then you're going to be 40 grand and up for Forester, which I don't think makes a whole lot of financial sense. I really think that this premium trim is going to be the big seller in these trim levels based on what I see in here, how the car behaves, the value you get with some of the tech in here, and the fact that you're still under 35,000 for a Forester, because once you get 40 and 40 plus, Forester doesn't really start making a lot of financial sense, at least in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that. But let me know what you think. If you're looking for this type of lifted SUV, it's more like drives like a car, crossover, let's call it. If you're in the market for one of these, is the Subaru Forester the way you would go? If it is, let me know how you would outfit it, what trim level you would go with, or would you go somewhere else with your hard-earned money? Put that in the comments as well. But I do want to thank Ciocca Subaru here in Ewing for allowing the channel access to their very first 2025 Subaru Forester Premium for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.